Ever had a thought that just won't leave you alone no matter how hard you try to shake it off? Maybe you replay something you said in class, analyzing every word and gesture long after the moment has passed. Or perhaps you can't decide on a project because you're stuck thinking about all the possible outcomes and potential pitfalls. That's overthinking. When your brain gets stuck on repeat, like a broken record playing the same few seconds over and over. It's that feeling of turning a small worry, a tiny seed of doubt, into a big, overwhelming problem. Think of it like spinning your wheels in mud. Lots of energy, a whole lot of effort, but you're not moving forward. You're just stuck in the same place. Our brains are built to think, it's what they do best. But overthinking is when thinking stops being helpful, when it crosses the line and starts causing problems, creating stress and anxiety. Imagine using a flashlight to find your way in the dark. That's helpful thinking, illuminating the path ahead. But if you shine it directly in your eyes, it's blinding and confusing, making it impossible to see clearly. That's overthinking. The scientific term for this is rumination, like a cow chewing the same food over and over, extracting every last bit of flavor, or in this case, worry. It's a mental habit, a pattern of thought that can become deeply ingrained over time. But the good news is, habits can change, and with the right tools and techniques, you can break free from the cycle of overthinking. By understanding what's happening in our brains, the neural pathways that are firing when we overthink, we can learn to guide our thoughts in a better direction, towards more positive and productive thinking patterns. We'll explore what's going on inside your head when thoughts start to race, spiraling out of control like a runaway train, and how to work with your brain, not against it, to regain control and find a sense of calm. The goal isn't to stop thinking altogether, that's simply not possible or even desirable, but to understand your mind and feel more in control, more empowered to manage your thoughts and emotions. By the end, you'll have science-backed tools, practical strategies grounded in research and evidence, to calm the storm inside your head and find a sense of peace and clarity. Let's get started. When you overthink, certain parts of your brain light up, especially the prefrontal cortex, your brain's CEO. This area helps you plan and make decisions, but when it works over time, it gets stuck analyzing every detail. The amygdala, your brain's alarm system, also jumps in, triggering your fight-or-flight response. The CEO and the alarm system end up in a feedback loop, each making the other more active. Over time, this loop becomes a well-worn path, making overthinking feel automatic and hard to stop. Your brain is just doing what it's designed to do, learn from experience and get better at what it practices, even worrying. Overthinking isn't just a feeling, it's a real physical process in your brain, but understanding this gives you power. You're not making it up, and you can learn to quiet the loop. Science shows us how these brain regions work and how we can help them work together more peacefully. Let's see why your brain gets jammed. Picture your mind as a bustling, busy city, teeming with activity. Imagine all the different districts, each representing a different aspect of your thoughts and feelings. On a good day, thoughts flow like smooth traffic, effortlessly navigating the streets and avenues of your consciousness. Ideas move freely, and you feel clear and focused. But when you overthink, it's rush hour in a thunderstorm. The mental weather turns sour, and everything grinds to a halt. A single worry blocks the intersection like a stalled vehicle, creating a major obstruction. And all your thoughts pile up behind it, forming a long, frustrating queue of mental traffic. Your brain isn't moving forward, progress is impossible. It's stuck in a stressful gridlock, a complete standstill where no thoughts can advance. This mental traffic jam is exhausting, draining your mental resources and leaving you feeling overwhelmed. It's using up energy but getting nowhere, like spinning your wheels in the mud. After overthinking, you can feel as tired as if you'd run a marathon, completely depleted and mentally fatigued. The key isn't to force all the thoughts away, to try and suppress them with brute force, but to act like a good traffic controller, calm and collected amidst the chaos. Guiding one thought at a time out of the jam, carefully and deliberately. Focus on one thought, acknowledge it, give it your attention without judgment, and gently move it along, allowing it to pass through your mind without getting stuck. The goal isn't to empty your mind completely, that's often unrealistic and unattainable, but to get your thoughts flowing smoothly again, restoring a sense of calm and order. Understanding your mind as a system that can get jammed, a complex network prone to bottlenecks, helps you approach overthinking with patience, recognizing it as a temporary state. You can clear the jam, one thought at a time, restoring the flow and easing the congestion. Next, let's see why it's so hard to stop this cycle of overthinking in the first place. Why is it so tough, so incredibly difficult to break free from the relentless overthinking loop? It feels like being trapped in a mental maze. One key reason is something called negativity bias. Essentially, our brains are hardwired, a legacy from our ancestors, to focus intently on problems as a survival mechanism. Your brain genuinely believes it's helping you by meticulously analyzing every possible outcome, no matter how improbable, giving you a false and ultimately unhelpful sense of control over the situation. But this constant analysis just feeds the flames of anxiety, creating a self-perpetuating cycle. Unnecessary worry leads to even more intense overthinking, which in turn leads to even more worry and heightened anxiety. Each and every time you engage in this pattern, you actively strengthen the brain's pre-existing worry pathways, making it progressively easier to get stuck in that same loop the next time a stressful situation arises. And ironically, actively trying to suppress a thought can often backfire spectacularly too. For example, if I explicitly say, under no circumstances should you think about a pink elephant, chances are you probably just did. This phenomenon is a well-documented psychological principle called ironic process theory. In essence, the more forcefully you attempt to suppress a particular thought, the more persistently it tends to pop back up into your consciousness. That's precisely why simply telling yourself to just stop worrying is very rarely an effective strategy. Overthinking, in many ways, is a deeply ingrained habit that your brain has diligently practiced and refined over time. But the good news is that habits, even deeply ingrained ones, can be changed and reshaped with conscious effort. Gaining a solid understanding of these common brain tricks is absolutely the crucial first step towards breaking free from the overthinking cycle. Now let's delve deeper and talk about how the experience of overthinking actually feels on an emotional level. Overthinking isn't just in your head, it affects your emotions and daily life. It's like being on an emotional roller coaster. Anxiety, regret, guilt, frustration, all in one ride. This constant up and down is draining and makes it hard to focus on the present. You might be in class or with friends, but your mind is miles away, stuck on worries. Overthinking can hurt your performance, relationships, and even your health. Stress from overthinking can cause trouble sleeping, headaches, and muscle tension. It can lead to analysis paralysis, spending so much time thinking that you can't make any decision at all. You want to move forward, but your thoughts hold you back. Recognizing these effects is important, because you can do something about it. Let's look at science-backed ways to break free. Science offers real solutions for overthinking. One is mindfulness, paying attention to the present moment without judgment. Imagine standing on the sidewalk, watching your thoughts go by like cars, instead of jumping in everyone. Try focusing on your breath for a few moments. When your mind wanders, gently bring it back. Another tool: schedule worry time. Set aside 15 minutes a day to think about your worries. When a worry pops up, save it for later. Often, by the time your worry appointment arrives, the thought isn't as big anymore. Exercise is another reset button. Moving your body releases endorphins and helps your brain shift focus. Even a walk can help clear your head. Finally, try cognitive reframing. When you catch a negative thought, ask yourself, is there another way to look at this? Challenge your worries with evidence and realistic thinking. These techniques help build new, healthier brain habits. With practice, you can train your brain to break the overthinking cycle. So, overthinking isn't a personal flaw, it's a natural brain habit, but one you can change. Your brain is adaptable, you can train it just like you'd train a puppy. Mindfulness, worry time exercise, and reframing are your tools. Imagine your mind as a clear sky. Thoughts drift by like clouds, but you are the sky, not the clouds. The goal isn't to have no thoughts, but to let them come and go without causing a storm. Next time your mind starts to spin, remember, be kind to yourself. Take a breath, go for a walk, or remind yourself you'll worry later. You are the CEO, the traffic controller, and the sky. You have the power to change your mental habits. You are the boss of your brain. And that's one of the most amazing things science can teach us. Consider it.